dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Duke, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
Back on the channel. We haven't did one of these in a while, man. Shout out to Courtroom. But we got 5 suspects that confess. That's different.
That is different.
To murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote. For YouTube purposes. In court. I have to get around the titles, you know. YouTube be like... And I ain't got time for no timeouts. So with that being said, before we get into it, man, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Let's find out who these 5 suspects are. Probably some crazy people. Probably some people we didn't seen before. Probably some new people. Never heard of. But we finna find out today. Let's go.
This is Scott Nelson, who is facing first-degree murder charges after killing a nanny in Orlando, Florida.
So you committed the worst possible crime.
Nelson was recently released from a 25-year prison sentence for a bank robbery. After he was let go from his painting job, he decided to plan another robbery. Nelson broke into a house with a knife where a nanny was working as a caregiver. He kidnapped her, threw her in the trunk, and drove to a local ATM so he could withdraw cash. Nelson then drove to a remote location and stabbed her to death before ditching her body and the car, where he was later arrested. On trial, Nelson argued that the government was to blame.
You bought zip ties.
Yes, I did.
You bought duct tape.
That'd be correct.
You bought a knife.
I sure did. I bought that material because I had a plan in mind of how I was going to survive being thrown on the street again for what? The 3rd? Or was it the 4th time by the government? And, you know, you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back. And really, they...
Wow. There's somebody who came to take ownership of what they...
Wow.
That's what type of... You know them people that, you know, always got to blame somebody?
Yeah, I do know.
No.
I know somebody like that.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Pull your mouth.
Don't play with me.
But for real though, like how you blame the government for murdering somebody? Like, let's be serious though. You said you blame the government because you felt as though they just threw you out there like a dog out in the streets. You had nothing. Bro, didn't nobody tell you to get locked up in the first place?
For robbing a bank. I mean, was it a bank? I don't think it was a bank. I don't know.
He had 25 years.
But it was robbery. I don't know what it was.
It's a lot. We only a minute in. It's a lot, bro.
Facts.
I already know you a screwed up individual in the head after a minute.
Facts.
And he got to know you long.
Don't care anymore. You know, you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back. And really, they just don't care anymore.
Nelson continues testifying, showing no emotion, and finally admits to the murder.
Somebody was going to pay for how you've been treated.
That is very accurate.
Who killed Jennifer Fulford?
I did.
He took the stand during the penalty phase, and this is what he had to say.
How has your mental health been affected by your previous incarceration?
I am a homicidal maniac.
In the end, Nelson was found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
Oh, he probably would have faced the death penalty, but he tried to play crazy. He think he's smart. He's trying to, he one of those, see.
Child.
We ain't gonna get on him.
We ain't gonna get on that.
This is Dante Wright, who at 17 years old shot and killed a Pioneer High School student in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Wright and 2 others jumped and attacked the 18-year-old student in an attempt to rob him. While fighting back, he was shot in the head, and his body was left on a path until a maintenance worker found him. The boys were caught soon after and arrested. It was here Wright was supposed to have a pre-trial hearing, but instead, he admitted to the crime in return for a plea deal.
Did you in fact rob Jordan Fleet?
Yeah.
And did you use a gun to place him in fear in order to take his property?
Yeah.
And as a result of that armed robbery, what did you do with that gun and Mr. Jordan Fleet?
Shot him.
And where did you shoot him?
On top. Isaiah.
And did you kill him with that shot?
Yes.
Now, at his sentencing, the victim's family delivers a victim impact statement.
Your Honor, my name is Courtney Clay, and I'm Karen's cousin. She's asked me to read this on her behalf. I've lost my only child, my son, my baby, my friend. More than that, I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life. This year was supposed to be a year of celebration, of senior pictures with prom and graduation and parties. Instead, it was a nightmare that no parent should ever endure. There will never be an answer good enough to satisfy why you shot my son.
Wright can be seen smirking and seemingly showing no remorse.
Your actions have led you to a prison cell, but have also created an empty cell that I live in every day. While you can still hope to be released one day, I'll never escape my hell. You are still alive, but Jordan has no future.
And now, it's Wright's turn to address the court for his actions.
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon. I love my family.
And now the judge threatens to throw out the plea deal.
Watching you sit there, smile, and laugh, and shake your head like this.
Cause that's the problem. He took the plea deal because he's like, I'm gonna go on plea, so I can be able to come home, and then because he's very immature. Throw out the plea deal because he shows no remorse, and let's go ahead and get this man life.
I'm like, are you doing this for the cameras, or are you just don't have any remorse?
He don't have no remorse because he's stupid.
Cause I'm like, what?
Cause he messed up in the
There's no
head.
way that I can sit and just be, I don't care if you knew what you was going into as far as like y'all planned to do what y'all did.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying?
You 17, boy.
But
you finna go to the big boy prison in 1 year.
Ain't no way I'm just about to be sitting there smiling and cheesing.
Either you gonna be doing the bending or somebody gonna be bending.
That's sad though. I don't even want. Y'all took that boy life for what?
Cause his demeanor, he can't take nothing serious. Somebody gonna take him serious. It's either, like I said, he gonna be doing a bending or he gonna be getting bent. Eventually, that's how he is. Come on now, like you just sitting there. Yeah, I get to come home one day, bro, and I like you do know you ain't done yet.
Yeah.
There's nothing to smile. Like you still can get sentenced, and they can still revoke they
facts.
So until that shit cleared, you supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't care, act like you care. Grow the fuck up, bro. Like 17, right? What's the difference between 17 and 18?
No big deal. I'm very tempted to just say I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial. And if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do.
After an hour-long recess, the judge and prosecution finally decided to accept the plea deal. He is currently facing a 25 to 52-year prison sentence.
I hope he get the whole thing too.
This is Jessica Groves, who along with her husband, Daniel Groves, are both charged.
He deserves the whole 52 though. You know what I'm saying? 25 to 52. He think I'm finna go do these 25 because he's 17, 25, so that's 37 plus, so 42. Mm-hmm. He'll get out when he's 42. So he like, shit, I can come back to life. But then if you get out on good behavior, he might be 20. You know what I'm saying? So that's I can get out like, and I still have my life. So fucking what, my G? You will never be the same. Well, like I said, you're going to be in there doing the bend or you're going to be getting bent one way. But 52, what's that? 69? You can do that. Come out 69. You know what I'm saying? What, you going to be on Medicaid then? You know?
Too crazy. But that's
no job.
crazy.
You're going to have to survive off them inmate checks you making. Give him the 52. He'll be all right. He ain't learned his lesson yet.
Facing a 25 to 52-year prison sentence. This is Jessica Groves, who along with her husband, Daniel Groves, are both charged with the murder of their own 2-month-old child in Portsmouth, Ohio.
Tell the jury how you killed this baby.
It was an accident.
Not your excuse. How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
Reportedly, when the father found the child unresponsive, he later testified he didn't alert authorities because his wife threatened to blame him. That's when the child's body was found at the bottom of a 30-foot well inside a milk crate, wrapped in plastic. Reports found that the child suffered fractures to his skull, arms, ribs, and leg. The mother and father had initially pleaded not guilty, but in a shocking twist, Miss Groves takes full responsibility for the killing of the child.
Jessica, did you, and you only, cause the death of your son, Dylan Groves?
Yes.
Did Daniel Groves participate in the killing of Dylan?
No.
Was Daniel Groves...
But Daniel probably participated in the cover
exposing the body.
Yeah, so and the evidence. So there's tampering evidence and sexually after the fact, right?
If that's what happened.
If that's what happened, well, I'm sure we'll find out. But should he?
Don't ask me that. We're gonna see what they do.
Did Daniel Groves participate in the killing of Dylan?
No.
Was Daniel Groves aware of any of the injuries that you caused that may have led to his death?
No.
Did you hide all injuries that you caused Dylan from your husband?
Yes.
Prosecutors initially claimed they were both responsible for the child's death, and now they demand the truth.
How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
I have sat here and admitted.
Answer the question, please. How did you cause these injuries?
It was an accident.
Not your excuse for what happened. How did you cause these injuries?
By dropping him.
How did you cause that first 2-inch skull fracture?
I don't remember. I've admitted to my guilt.
How did you?
And I have to live without my children. I'm done talking to you.
You are talking to me because you're sitting on the witness stand. Tell them how you caused that injury.
Miss Groves is unable to remember how the child was killed, but she claimed she is the sole reason for the child's murder and acted alone.
My client, Jessica Groves, was and still is a drug addict. There is no doubt about that fact. She, and she alone, caused the injuries to Dylan Groves, which led to his death. She murdered Dylan Groves.
Groves was found guilty on all 11 counts and was given life in prison with no possibility of parole. Her husband was cleared of aggravated murder, but he was found guilty on the remaining 10 charges and was sentenced to 47 years to life in prison.
So
even her copping out saying she the only one did it, you still.
So the only thing that I knew before they said they didn't even say what he was charged with, but it was 10 counts or something. But with the not alerting authority, the authorities or whatever, yeah, most definitely. I knew that you did that beforehand, so yeah, you're definitely guilty for that. But I didn't know what else. But 9 times out of 10, he is the one that probably. He didn't alert anyone. He probably did get rid of the body for her or whatever the case may be.
To be real, I don't even think she know how the baby died. So who we really, I say in that case, we probably don't even know 100% who, even though the judge laid down the convictions and everything, we still don't know exactly how the baby died or who killed the baby.
Is it because she don't remember because she's a drug addict? Was she high?
Excuses.
No. I'm not. No.
That drug addict thing could be an excuse, though.
No, I'm not saying that that's an excuse to. I'm saying, what if she don't remember because she was high? What if she's responsible for it?
But who put the baby in the well?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's one of his counts.
Cause that's fucked up.
That's probably something he was charged for if he disposed of the body. I don't know.
Cause if he did dispose of the body, he did get rid of the body. Even if you didn't kill, you might as well have killed. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna have to go ahead and report.
If you find your baby, yeah, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because she if you tell, I'm gonna tell them you did.
That you,
bro, we
you
gonna have
just
to
got
take
to
this
tell
court.
them I did it. Then we'll figure it out later.
Because I'm gonna be the one to call. So
right,
and I'm gonna let them know I came home. I found my baby deceased, and my wife did.
Do what you gotta do, but
no,
I'm calling.
No, John did it.
Play with me if you want to.
I ain't playing with my life like that.
This is Antonio Barbeau, who with his best friend Nathan Pop brutally murdered his great-grandmother in an attempted robbery in Sheboygan County, Wisconsin.
What? Your great-grandmother?
With your homeboy.
With your
attempted robbery.
I could not. I just could not.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Do y'all not know how to go to your grandma's purse and steal a little $5 or $10? We all done stole. I'm saying,
don't say we all, cause I ain't never stole from my grandma.
You ain't never went in and got some candy out your grandma's purse and she ain't know nothing about it. That's
first of all,
in the eyes of God, that's stealing.
I ain't never got no. All my grandma had was peppermints. Peppermints.
She had no butterscotch.
She had them out for everybody, little company that come over.
But
her peppermints, that was her thing.
She ain't had a little strawberry joints.
Out for everybody, sitting on the kitchen table in a little bowl.
Let's go to dollar store and get through lunch.
Like, I ain't never had to steal from my grandma. I'm like, what?
You never stole one of her Pepsis.
Well, I ain't steal it. She used to hide. No, for real though. Listen. I ain't never steal them. People did steal them, and that's why she started hiding them. So then we used to have to ask, like, can we get one of your Pepsis? Nah, I can't get one of my damn Pepsis. Y'all done drunk up all the other.
You got one anyway.
No, because I never knew she hid them at. She was good at hiding them Pepsis, baby. Don't touch my grandma Pepsis. God rest her soul. I miss her.
But let me say this. So you ain't never went in your mama purse and got
I ain't never stole nothing from my mama.
You had told me you went in your mama purse.
And like in the morning time, and got like $1. That ain't stealing, because I told her. I used to tell my mom, I got $1 out your purse. She was like, oh, what I take back on my purse? Oh, mama, just $1. That's different. That's different. $1 for school. I'll give me some cookies and tea. Child, you better mind your business.
Murdered his great-grandmother in an attempted robbery in Sheboygan County, Wisconsin.
We got in, and then I looked to Nate, he nodded, and then I took the first swing.
Okay, and when you say that you took the first swing, is with the hand axe?
Yes, sir.
The boys, who were both only 13 at the time, had intended to sneak up at his great-grandmother's and rob her. But upon showing up at the house, they were spotted and invited inside. She was attacked with a hatchet and a hammer, ultimately being struck at least 27 times until she died.
She started heading into the living room, falling.
And as she was falling, did you strike her again?
I hit one more time as she was falling.
At any point, did you not have the hand axe during this incident?
Right after that, Nate took it and he used it, the blade side of it.
You said that he took off the sweater. By that, do you mean the sweater that you had given him?
Yes.
Why did he do that?
I think because it was getting in the way.
Getting in the way of what?
Him swinging.
They then stole $155 in cash and some jewelry before stealing the car and ditching it at a local bowling alley, hoping to frame someone else for the crime. A few days later, both boys were arrested. Now in court,
Look at what they Justin Bieber.
Like, for real though, I'm over here like getting emotional because I could not, like, I don't understand how people, like your great grandmother,
with a hammer
and like what? And then she spotted y'all and invited y'all into her home.
Cause that's your great grandmother.
Come on now, you gotta be for real sick in the head, and then you only get 100. Come on.
I mean, and 9 times out of 10, y'all did it because y'all knew y'all was 13. They can't lock us up. If they ever catch us, they can't lock us up forever.
Do y'all even really think about that?
We're minors. We're 13, so they can't try us as adults. Sometimes kids do be thinking about that, though.
And that's messed up.
Someone else for the crime. A few days later, both boys were arrested. Now in court, Barbeau takes the stand to testify.
We were going to try to scare her to get money and then use force if needed.
And when you say use force if needed, was there a discussion about what type of force you might use?
An attack, I guess to kill.
Barbeau pleaded no contest to first-degree intentional homicide as part of a plea deal, where he was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility for parole in 36 years, where he would then be 50 years old. In his final statement, his lawyer had...
He took a plea deal to snitch on the other boy.
Which one is the great-grandson? He's the great-grandson.
Yeah. He took a plea deal to snitch on the other boy so he could have a possibility.
I want to know if the other boy just a friend. I want to know what he got. Cause what?
36 years, where he would then be 50 years old. In his final statement, his lawyer had to finish his thoughts.
I know I don't show my emotions much. I myself am not sure why, but that doesn't mean I don't.
I took away someone's mother,
grandma, sister, friend, when I had no right to do so.
Pop was sentenced to life in prison as well, but with a chance of parole when he's 45 years old. This...
Oh, shit. You took it. Because the other boy didn't talk. And he still got a lesser sentence. Damn. Sometimes it pays to be quiet. I'm just saying. Sometimes it pays to be quiet.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You took you planned to take
13.
your great grandmother's life.
When y'all
Had this whole plan, age of 13, for $155.
And it premeditated murder.
Come on,
Y'all
premeditated.
100% premeditated.
And then had the nerve to, we're gonna steal the car, ditch it somewhere, and blame it on someone else.
Y'all 13. Y'all ain't
sick.
Ooh, don't
evil.
Drop the soap.
Like what?
Woo, woo. Don't drop the soap.
Okay.
Woo, woo. Don't drop the soap. Ah. You better not drop that soap.
With a chance of parole when he's 45 years old.
Crazy though.
This is Michelle Blair, who was convicted of murdering 2 of her own children in Detroit, Michigan.
Everybody want to know, yes, I did kill her!
Blair would reportedly beat and starve her 4 children. Eventually, she found out her 9-year-old son was abusing her youngest son, and that's when Blair reportedly tortured her son for weeks as punishment, resulting in the child's death. Then Blair hid his body in the home freezer. 9 months later, Blair allegedly found out that her 13-year-old daughter was also abusing her youngest son. That's when she began starving her daughter and beating her until she died. Blair kept this a secret for 3 years, telling people that the kids were homeschooled or always out of the house. Eventually, police entered the house due to an eviction notice, where they found the children's bodies in the freezer, and Blair was arrested immediately, where she would shockingly confess to the judge.
You meant to kill her.
I definitely meant to kill her.
It wasn't an accident.
No, not at all. If I had a chance to do it again, I would.
Blair pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder.
I've confessed 3 times. I'm not going to stop saying what I did.
These are very serious charges with very serious consequences. If you were to plead guilty to a first-degree murder charge, that is life in prison without the possibility of parole.
I know this. I'm not going to come back like, oh, I didn't understand my rights. I'm not a coward.
And she was later sentenced to life in prison.
You're therefore sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for the rest of your life without the possibility of parole, meaning, of course, that you will never get out.
Blair is currently serving her sentence at the Huron Valley Correctional Facility in Michigan.
She always.
And how do we or them, like the authority, like the cops and the judge and how do we know that story is even true?
What story?
That she killed her son, her 9-year-old son, because he was torturing or beating on the younger child, and then the 13-year-old daughter because she was doing the same thing to the younger child. Like, how do we even know that that's true, or if there was just something in your head that, you know what I'm saying, that you thought that was happening, or you convinced yourself that was happening, unless there's like a report or some type of like.
And the only way you got caught is by
an eviction.
Eviction.
And if that never happened, and you was up to date on all of that, caught up on all of that, how long would this have went on for?
That's the
That's
problem.
Crazy. That's
Nobody
crazy.
reported anything. The kid
That's
for
crazy,
3 years.
man.
For 3 years.
3 years.
Crazy, man.
Sad.
Hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about this one in the comment section down below.
Please do.
But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ Kid. This is
Sierra the Coast.
We are y'all.
Get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar,